Today, we're flying on one of the biggest general aviation commuter airlines in Alaska. Grant Aviation is a carrier made up entirely of general aviation category aircraft with a pretty diverse fleet. Along with the Grand Caravan we'll be on today, the fleet includes the Beechcraft King Air 200, Piper Navajo, Cessna 207, and even the Gibbs Aero G8 Airvan. The plan today is to take one of their Cessna 208 Grand Caravans from Anchorage, where we got off with Aleutian Airways the other week, on the quick 20-minute flight down to Kenai. With their diverse fleet and extensive schedule, with a flight leaving Anchorage to Kenai almost every half hour, they got a long list of destinations from their operating bases such as Bethel, Cold Bay, Dillingham, and Dutch Harbor. So, what's it like on board? How enjoyable is it to take for the regular commuting passenger? What's going on, guys? Casey Flower here. We'll take a look at Grant and see how comfortable they're able to make all of their tiny planes on board. So let's go to the counter and check in. How are we doing? 5655 to Kenai.
And your name?
Raleigh Fisher.
Do you want to stay on that 12 o'clock? I have a 11:30 that's about to leave.
That's fine. I can do 12.
Any bags you need to check in?
Just these two as a carry-on.
Alright, you're checked in for the 12 o'clock. Just be back here at 11:45.
Sounds great, sir. Thank you. So, funny story. I lost all of the footage from the flight down to Kenai, but on the bright side, this is the backdrop at the airport. I'm kidding. It's a mural. It's a wall mural. But yeah, pretty nice boarding area they have here for Grant Aviation, all kind of in the same place. It's walled off from the rest of the terminal and kind of where the hallway and baggage claim is for like Raven, Aleutian, and ConocoPhillips and everyone. But yeah, this is it, and I just checked in, and the check-in agent asked me if I wanted to get on an earlier flight, because at the time I checked in, there was the one leaving at 11:30 that was boarding right then and there, so I had the option to get on an earlier flight that had room. I just said no and took the noon one, which is the one that we'll be on, to stick with the original plan, just because there was some filming stuff I had to do for you guys before I could actually get on. But yeah, we'll be on the noon one 30 minutes later. So yeah, they're just that flexible. There's a flight out of here to Kenai like every 30 minutes, if not, then at least every hour. So yeah, if you get here early and there's one going out and there's room, they'll let you go on it, which is really nice. But yeah, they let me on with both my carry-ons, both my backpack and my camera bag down there. Just gave them my weight of everything combined with me, my camera bag, my backpack combined, and they let me on without having to go through the carry-on personal item stuff that you would normally have to go through with any normal airline, as if Grant Aviation isn't a normal airline. But yeah, they'll start boarding us 15 minutes prior to departure, and that's in about 5 minutes from now. Before we knew it, it was time to go. November 269 Tango Delta will be the caravan to Kenai this afternoon. I couldn't find any information on the seat specs, so you'll just have to trust my short legs as a visual. I'm 5'8". As space in the passenger cabin was limited, the ground crew were more than happy to bring everyone's personal items and carry-ons to the cargo space to free up some room for a little more comfort. Alright, we are boarded on the Grant Aviation caravan down to Kenai. So far, it's extremely bare bone. Metal flooring. My specific seat isn't great, the rest are okay. In the 1-1 configuration back there, they have okay legroom, but just with mine, I'm at like one of the first seats up front with the 2 seats and then the cockpit. But yeah, not great legroom, but 30-minute flight, I can bear it. This is what the other seats look like with their legroom that's further back on the rest of the plane. So that's what pretty much everyone else has. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but there are chickens that we're transporting in the cargo. And it's funny because I'm filming this the week of Easter. So yeah, we have chickens back there that we're flying in the cargo hold. But yeah, we're taxiing out right now, and I'll catch you guys when we're airborne. Alright, we are airborne out of Anchorage and on our way down to Kenai. Auto cruising altitude of 2,500 feet. So nice, low and slow. Heading down there. Yeah, there's nothing that the airline provides for anything, which has to be expected. It's a Cessna Grand Caravan. The only crew member on board is the PIC. So in terms of the entertainment, bring your own device, download content, no Wi-Fi. The food and snacks is bring your own, so no sort of pantry or drawer or anything. Kind of like what Boutique Air or Advanced Air had when the only crew members were the pilots and they had kind of like a drawer or pantry area with like food and snacks and drinks. Nothing like that on here. But yeah, I can bear it. We only have about 23 minutes left down to Kenai. But for an av geek, I don't think that no entertainment or Wi-Fi or anything like that matters because the cockpit is wide open and we can just look inside at the instruments. Looking at the MFD, we only have about just under 9 minutes left until we land in Kenai. This video is gonna be a breeze to edit. We have just under 10 miles left until we land in Kenai, so I'll use the rest of the way in to rate the airline using my channel original rating system, the Raleigh rating scale. I name it that because my first name is Raleigh. If you're new here, I use this to rate and review the airlines at the end of all of my airline reviews. I use 6 different categories to see how well each airline did at each. So, for the last about 5 minutes of the flight on the way in, we'll see how Kenai Aviation did today. But if you're not new here, yeah, we're already on the rating and already on our base to the runway at the time I filmed that. This was a 20-minute flight and we're taking another airline back to Anchorage for another video. I use this rating system for all my flights from any first class high and fast to an economy class low and slow like this. So if the rating isn't high, it doesn't necessarily mean I didn't have a good time. We're comparing apples to oranges here. But I'll still be realistic with you guys and show you what to expect if you ever take one of the Alaska caravan shuttles that run every 30 minutes. The service was a 10 out of 10. Being able to fly standby on earlier flights as easy as it was really convenient for everyone and makes it easy for the commuters. Everyone was very relaxed and got us out as quickly and efficiently as possible. The PIC on board was also relaxed and welcoming. You could tell pretty easily that he loved what he does. Cleanliness was a 10 out of 10, as it wasn't really dirty, just bare bone. There weren't really any easily visible wear or tear. The Wi-Fi was a 0 out of 10, as there was none provided. I forgot to do the screen recording where I go into my Wi-Fi network page in settings and see if there is anything, just because I wasn't really expecting there to be. I already kinda knew nothing would appear, but if you need any proof, I did a quick Google search to confirm it. The food was a 0 out of 10, as nothing was provided by the airline, and any snacks or drinks are bring your own. The entertainment was a 2 out of 10. Nothing was provided by the airline to keep us busy. No Wi-Fi or entertainment browser, no NC power, and definitely no IFE. If you want to watch anything on any flight on the longer side, then bring your own device, download content pre-flight, and charge it up. Theoretically, you could leave airplane mode off and just use cellular data as you could be in range, but I'm not going to encourage anything. But the primary form of entertainment for me was looking into the open cockpit at the instrument panel. The seat was a 2 out of 10. The cushioning was okay, I didn't have any issues with it, and the same went with the width. I tested out the other seats behind me, and it turned out the legroom was pretty much the same in all of them. I'll guesstimate around 27 inches of pitch with all the seats. If you're able to put your personal item in the cargo compartment, I would hand it to the crew to put it back there to increase the leg space down there. There was also no armrest, and the only thing on the seat back was the tiny pocket with a safety card. No storage in there for anything. This goes without saying, but there's no NC power and definitely no IFE, like I said. So the only amenities that's in the seat are the lights and air conditioning. So the overall rating for this flight's gonna be a 4 out of 10. The backpack's mine. Alright, we are out of the airport right now, on my way downtown to grab a quick lunch before my next flight out of here back to Anchorage on the next airline. But yeah, that was Commuter Aviation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my video on it as much as I did on the quick flight down here. My final thoughts, yeah, it was pretty much exactly what I thought it would be. Just a bare bone Cessna Grand Caravan, pretty much identical to what Southern Air's Grand Caravan was down the lower 48 and even Cape Air's Cessna 402. Bare bone, pretty much nothing. But yeah, looking forward to bringing you guys back on the next airline back up to Anchorage. On the way down here, we flew on one of Alaska's biggest commuter airlines, and on the way back, we'll be on one of Alaska's smallest commuter airlines. So I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.